This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so gigs might be compromised, okay, in a new interview. Well, it's a resurfaced interview with Rap Radar, and he's talking about, they're like, yo, Diddy's got his eye, and he's like, yo, fam, that's my love right there. And I was like, whoa, pause, my G. Then I did a little research. I remember Diddy showing him some love in a video. I didn't realize how deep these guys went. There's a whole... Damn, bro. There's like a million pictures of these guys in different outfits. These guys were close. Hut my heart, fam. Hut my heart, fam. He called them my love. He said, that's my love right there. Then we got Drake talking about admitting his losses in gambling. It's really just an ad for Stake. Stake pays him so much money. I think they pay him like $100 million every couple of years to promote the gambling site. Whew. So he says, "Yo, he's talking about the infamous Drake curse." But he says if there was really a Drake curse, Toronto would have never won the championship. He says, but when it comes to gambling, there'll be plenty more stories in the future. Because gambling just isn't my thing, but I'm persistent. One day, it'll pay out. Then we got more stuff with Diddy. Diddy and Puffy is... I'm sorry, 50 Cent is trolling Diddy. He's talking about the $20 a day that protesters are receiving. And also, I must point out that Diddy's assistant made it very clear that Cassie was scared to leave. This whole case is just around Cassie, it seems like. Will we ever move on from Cassie? Who knows? Maybe. Cassie didn't really get into like people flying in and everything, but maybe with the future people that are going to testify, like the male escorts and everything, maybe they'll like say that they were flown in for these kind of acts, these freak offs. But if Cassie is the one who flew them in or did the setting up, that could be bad. That could be bad. That's why the government really has to establish that Cassie was just doing what Diddy said, and then all these people are gonna back her on that. She already has like 5 people backing her on everything. Assistants are telling personal conversations. Today we're gonna hear more. They're probably in session now, and we'll start reporting on that until about 12 because it's not worth it for them because they break so much that it's like to get a good piece of video in, it'll take a while. Then 50 Cent also trolls that some of these freak-off partners lost their minds and went to jail. He also put up, hey, this guy was on drugs and a freak even in high school. Took his high school picture. He says, wait, he's been getting high and freaking off since high school. Sean Combs most likely to get caught up with 784 men pleasure devices and gallons of lube. Whoever edited that is funny. Look at this guy, Gigs. That's my love. Then we got Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons. Who couldn't have seen this? They broke up, guys. You know why? Because it turned out to be, eventually, it ended up just being showering her with gifts. That's all you ever saw. You never saw them like out and about. It was always like, baby, I just took you on a vacation. Baby, I just bought you the car. Baby, it's like, was this based on material things or was this based on a real relationship? That's their business. But they say it's due to conflicting schedules, which I don't know what kind of schedule Angela has. Like, TV's over. She might do a photo shoot here and there. But, you know, really, it's really on Gotti's schedule. I think that Gotti just got, he got what he wanted. Sometimes you wish for something and, maybe the chemistry wasn't there. He was lusting after her. It wasn't like they had a connection and then he was lusting after her. So they're done. Plus, she had a kid. That baby father had passed. Remember, he got killed. And then the whole thing with Yo Gotti losing his brother, the cases against Young Dolph and CMG being brought up, all that stuff, takes its toll. So anyways, this is over. It's a wrap, guys. Yo Gotti, who knows what'll happen with him. CMG being brought up in some of the people's cases that were in the Young Dolph murder, and that CMG might have paid for one of the guy's lawyers. I mean, that's what they said in court. I'm just going off of that. That's not good. And who knows, with the government so thirsty to hand out RICOs and everything, I don't know. I don't think they have a case against Yo Gotti because his brother's gone. If his brother was still alive, I think he might have gotten roped into something because his brother seemed to be doing a lot of like Yo Gotti. When his brother came home, that's when things really ramped up with Young Dolph and everything. Like, it seemed like his brother was putting a lot of things in motion. And, I mean, it doesn't pan out well for the rapper, Yo Gotti, So that might have been a curse, his brother coming home, to be honest with you. But Yo Gotti lays low now. Glorilla's doing her thing. Moneybagg Yo. Isn't he dropping a new album soon? Maybe. Black Youngster's poking his head out again. Pause. He thinks it's safe. But I don't know. There's just a lot of. I think they were building. The signs are there that Keon got arrested as Diddy's shooter in 2016 and for shooting at Dolph and just shooting the van up. But it was in front of a hotel, so they had to charge him with that. But then, like, Black Youngster gets released. Mario with the gold teeth, bald head gets released for shooting in L.A. Once you start getting attempts on Dolph's life and people are getting released, that usually means there's a bigger case. Like, the state is, just let him go, and we'll pick him up on something bigger. So that's how it goes. But anyways, I think he's in the clear now that his brother isn't here anymore. So yeah, we'll see. Anyways, this is JordanTower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one.